Hello! Is this thing working? I don't know if it's working or not. Z. Oh, why is it so... There we go. Okay, on in the chat. Keys, live chat, all message him. Hey, it's Douglas Peck. Hey, Douglas, can you hear me? Are you hearing me? All messages visible. 6 people here. All right, so, okay, hi, Tim. We hear you, Jim Allen. Thank you so much, Jim. So I don't know if the YouTube police are going to yell at me for copyright infringement, so let me just shut the music off. So, I'm sure you guys see me bouncing around, but here's the beautiful Cristalina. So, we left this morning, and let's see, yesterday, that I yesterday almost missed my. So when I finally made my, whoa, we're rolling pretty bad here. Everything's crashing around. When we finally made the connection, I sprinted off and got on the plane and sat there for a couple hours. Then we got in line, stayed on the tarmac for a couple hours. Then they pulled the plane off because the pilots ran out of time. They can only do 12 hours. And so instead of getting up to Maine at around 7 o'clock, I got in there about midnight. And why is this thing, I don't know why it's zooming. There we go. Hi Tim, 5x5, a little pixelated. Well, we're let me see if you guys can see. I'm trying not to have it just on me, but I'm using my tablet and we're rolling around pretty good here. But here's the back of the boat. And you can see the Starlink thing is up there. I think we have a good Starlight signal, but it's raining and it's blowing. Here's looking forward, and we're making about 6.5 knots towards the canal. And we had to get going this morning. If you're wondering why did we get underway today, so that we're still feeling the effects of Ian. The Gulf of Maine is pretty rough right now. When I was looking at the NOAA prediction, they were saying about 6 to 8 feet tonight, and we're seeing that now. So I guess they were right on the money. Yeah, that's right. Remains Ian. Yeah, and but the reason why we had to go was that if we didn't leave this morning, we wouldn't make the canal for a fair tide. And to get through the canal, we need a fair tide, and that starts at 7 in the morning. So we're doing everything we can to get to the canal. Right now, I think I was looking at like 7:30 because I've slowed down a little bit because right now I'm kind of, because what you guys have taught me, I have this boat, I don't know if it's this boat or just me, but I have a real hard time sailing directly downwind, and the wind is directly downwind. We're right downwind right now. So, some of you guys on the channel have taught me to basically tack, but in reverse, meaning have when the wind's behind you, go back and forth, and that's what we're doing. So instead of doing a straight line for the canal, I'm going off at an angle, and then once I get too far, then we'll move the other way and head back there. But we should get there hopefully in time. And the reason why we had to go was because eventually the wind's going to dry out to nothing, and that won't be good for sailing. And then the wind's going to come around, and it will be coming from west, so it'll be blowing right at us, right where we want to go. So if we get this all done, knock on wood, if everything goes okay, my plan is to get to the canal for 7, get through there, and if everything goes well, it probably won't go that well, but if everything goes well, tomorrow night we should be pulling into Watch Hill. But if we're too beat up, we might pull into Point Judith or somewhere else and drop the hook and try to get some sleep. But that's the plan. Let's see. Okay, stay safe. Thank you, Z-Bulb. Our destination is Watch Hill, Rhode Island. We had the boat up north in the Gulf of Maine for the latter half of the season, visiting my dad, and now I've got a week. Eventually, we'll be going down all the way to Fort Lauderdale, but my insurance is. Anyone who watches the news can see why my insurance wanted me to be north of Cape Hatteras from April to November. So maybe it's June to November, but anyway, November is the day that when November comes, I can go south of Hatteras. So, but in order to do that, it's gonna be a tall order to try to get from Rhode Island all the way to Fort Lauderdale. And what we're we've done this before outside. But the whole thing that I'm trying to do this time is to do the... Oops. We're rolling around pretty good here. We're trying to do the intercoastal, the ICW, and I've never done that before, and really excited about it. Been reading up on it, and do the Dismal Swamp and all that. Hi, Tim. Watching from dark, to England. Cheers. Hey, well, this is kind of I would say a British overcast day over here right now. Welcome aboard. But anyway, the ICW is something that I've always wanted to do, and the problem is that they say that it's ridiculously optimistic to think that you can make 50 miles a day on the ICW on a sailboat. They say that 30 miles a day is more about right. And so if that were the case, I would need much more time than I have the time off to get the boat down to Florida. So what my plan is a patron that I've never met before. This will be interesting. If I end up dying, go after this guy. I'm sure he's fine. He's a patron, so he's got to be good. But anyway, he's going to join me at the boat in Watch Hill, Rhode Island, and we'll sail it through Long Island Sound, through the East River, and come out through New York, and then down. We'll pop out underneath the Verrazano, and then go down the Jersey Shore, and then all the way into, finally we pop into Norfolk. And when we're getting tossed around pretty good. Whoa! I hope you guys can hear me. Smiley's back. That's right. I don't know what happened, but I just restarted it and it seemed to work. But oh, you can't hear me. I wonder what's up with that. That's better. Working fine now, Tim. Seems better now. Okay. Can you guys hear me? This is like Dalton. Dalton telling everybody that we can't hear him. Just kidding. It's fine. Obviously, Jim watched the other live stream. Too funny. No, oh, there's another good wave. I'm going to try to shoot this out the back. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can flip the camera. Can I flip the camera? Yeah, here we go. Well, that didn't work. There we go. All right. That way you can see the back rolling on the horizon. Yeah, this is kind of nice now. It's not so bad, but it seems like every once in a while we get a good one that lays us on our side. Cristalita?
No, come on.
Are you keeping warm? ¿Tú está calor?
Very warm. Muy caliente.
Oh, yes. And like I say, It's a miserable day. One of the things I didn't talk to you guys about before was that we got on. We have about 3/8 of a tank of water. And I bragged about how much water this boat holds. It holds 250 gallons, which is a considerable amount of water for a sailboat. The only problem is that it was very difficult to get water. They're taking up docks and everything, and so they're getting everything ready. So we were in such a hurry to get out. I looked and it said that we had in between half and a quarter, so I figured that's going to be, what, 3/8? So I think we got 3/8 of a tank in there, and took off and ran the water, and oh, it looks pretty nasty right now. The fresh water does, because we're moving around so much. It's given the old freshwater tank a real good cleaning, sloshing around. So you guys might be able to see that. See if you look underneath the YouTube symbol there, the boom brake that Runa bought me, and I've been learning how to use that, and that's been kind of fun. But okay, we bring this back. So we have. Why is this always so tight on me? There we go. Get that back a little further. I gotta hold it out. If you see everything's cloudy behind me, it's because we're encased in. We're in a sarcophagus of isinglass. But anyway, Runa bought me that boom brake, and I've been learning how to use it. And when I say learning how to use it, if you make it too loose, then it doesn't do its job and slow the boom down in an accidental jibe. If you make it too tight, then when you want to tack her, it doesn't slip through. So they can't set it, because every boat is different depending on how much of a load the boom has and where you put it on the boom. You know, the further away you put it from the mast, the more leverage it has. But anyway, we're learning that. And in the meantime, everything else is all kind of messy. Looks chilly there. Oh, it is. Heading south? Yes, we are heading to Watch Hill, Rhode Island. And I told Crystalita it's going to be a miserable day and miserable night. And then we should hit the canal, and hopefully it'll be much better after that. That's what I keep promising her. So anyway, but anyway, just wanted to check in with you guys. Let's see if you can see this. I guess you can't see it as much. Well, we both had some. You see, we had some tea. Those are our little tea things, but cups of tea. But you could see our breath for quite a while. It's cold right now. It's not raining, which is nice. But it's been raining, and when it rains, it just makes everything less fun. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for checking out. I just wanted to try a live chat on here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Looks like we got 19 of you on here. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Douglas, thank you. And let's see, before this goes, have a safe trip. Jim, Douglas, Robert, George. Does that say George Schlichty? George, is that you? Yeah, no, George, before I go, I should tell you I was going to come and visit you, but we're kind of pressed for time. So we're shooting right by to catch this fair tide in the canal. So we got to get there. But anyway, yeah, we're still looking to try to eat at your floating restaurant. It looks so cool. But anyway, that's that. You guys take care. Bye-bye, Tim. It's been interesting watching live. Thank you, Mike. Just trying it out. Next time I'll try to plan something. All right, see you guys. How do you end this thing now?